8. That was Kilo 4 Golf Radio, Papa, Kilo 4, November, India, Lima. And this is Kilo Delta 2 Alpha.
All right, good evening, everybody. You haven't done a video on my shack in a while, and I've made a few changes. It's probably since the last video I put up, so I just thought I'd do a quick overview and give you an idea what's going to be happening soon. So, of course, I've got my main rig here is the Yaesu FT991 Alpha. Loving this radio. I've had it for a month now or so, and made a lot of contacts on it. I love the way it works. The reason I chose this radio, I was trying to decide between this and the 7300, which, as everybody knows, is a great radio. The only reason I went with this over that is because I wanted the 2-meter sideband capabilities. There's a Saturday night sideband net on 2 meters around here that's a lot of fun on Saturday nights, and I wanted to be able to get it back into that, and I haven't done that for a while, so that kind of swayed me towards this. 2 meters is an FTM 400. DR or XD or whatever the most recent model is. That's what I use for my 2-meter communications. Currently, you can see APRS running on it, and I also use it to get into the the Wires X. As far as Wires X, of course, I have the FTM 100 DR with the cooling base dedicated to my Wires X node, which is the up here behind this clock is the HRI 200 internet box, and that works pretty good. This is soon going to be dedicated to the K4 AMG repeater, so anybody on that repeater will be able to access this system. Of course, my clock, so I know what time it is. My external speaker, this speaker is great. I mean, the sound quality.
Heat kit equipment back in those days. Very good. It sounds good. I had no trouble with the copy, Ron, so I'm glad you got it going. He's in the 50s down there going to
Anyways, I'm sure the iPhone that I'm videoing this on doesn't do that justice. Anyhow, let's see if you keep moving over here. I've got the FT2DR, which is the main radio that I use portable, and right now it's actually connected to the Wires X. Oops, that went bright. Come on, here we go. It's connected to the AmericaLink room, and currently there's nobody talking on AmericaLink. And then up here is the Wires X software, which, if you're familiar with Wires X, that should look familiar to you. And it runs on that little Lenovo right there. And let's see, what else do I have? Of course, just stuff back in the corner here. I've got my antenna switch. I've got a just a dummy load. That's my antenna analyzer. And then stuff back in here, I have a TYT MD380 that I use for DMR communications from time to time. And that's just an old Pro 96 Radio Shack scanner, digital trunking scanner, so I can listen to some of the stuff going on around there. So that's kind of an overview of my shack. I do have another antenna, 2-meter antenna that I need to put up outside. Right now I have this going through my outdoor antenna. My HRI 200 is actually just going through, there's a little mag mount sticking up through the drone up there. It's sitting on top of a pie plate, or a baking, what do you call those things? Baking dish? Not a baking dish. A baking pan for the ground plane. It does well enough that I can use Wires X, and it'll hit the local repeater no problem, but eventually that'll be on the outside. So, power supplies. I do have 3 power supplies running. This one is dedicated to the HRI, the FTM 100, because it is completely silent and it runs all the time and doesn't generate any heat with that radio on it. This 30 amp MFJ switching power supply operates my HF rig, the 991 Alpha, and this 30 amp power supply is operating my FTM 400 radio. And then the power poles on the front, when I decide that I want to play around with the CB or something, I can just plug right into that and go to town. Anyways, that is the status of my shack currently. It has more than I'll ever need, and this will be this way for quite some time. I have no reason that I could ever see to change anything out from what I have. My boom mic, if you've never used a boom, I can't tell you how good it is. And for those of you who know CW, you know what that said. And for those of you who don't, you can read it on the screen. All right, 7 threes, and I hope you all are doing wonderful.